Welcome back. We begin with interesting news from Ghana and around the world. Sandy has got the details.
Right, Daryl, and government says it will soon begin the construction of 10 coastal fishing harbors and landing sites across the coastal belt of the country. And elsewhere, New Zealand has become the latest country to block a proposal to use telecoms equipment made by Chinese Huawei due to national security concerns. Details next in our summaries.
After more than a century of mining and exporting gold, Ghana has for the first time developed the capacity to certify gold bars produced in the country before they exported. This means that refined gold bars meant for export to the international bullion market will now bear a local standardized mark of conformity attesting to the purity and quantity of their content. They are to be christened Ghana Gold. The first hallmarked gold bar was presented to the Gold Coast Refinery in Limited, a gold trading company, by the Director General of the Ghana Standards Authority, Professor Alex Dodu, at a ceremony in Accra. Domestic processing of cocoa hit 300,000 tons in the 2017-2018 cocoa season, a 19% jump from the 252,000 tons processed the previous season. That brings to 34% of the total volume of annual cocoa output, averaging 900,000 tons that is processed locally. According to the Ghana Cocoa Board, the rise in domestic processing this season was due mainly to the board supporting some of the processing companies to revamp the operations to grind more beans. The Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahin Edu, told the Daily Graphic that the board was on course to meeting the 2022 target of processing a minimum of 50% of cocoa output locally. Parliament is expected to soon approve the construction of 10 coastal fishing harbors and landing sites across the coastal belt of the country. This, according to the Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah, follows a recent cabinet approval to the commercial and financial agreement for these projects. He told journalists that the cabinet has recommended to Parliament for consideration and subsequent approval for work to begin. The development of the fish landing sites and ports are aimed at ensuring safeguard launching and landing of artisanal fishing and canoes. It is also aimed at creating and maintaining a hygienic environment for the processing and handling of fish. New Zealand has become the latest country to block a proposal to use telecoms equipment made by China's Huawei because of national security concerns. Spark New Zealand wanted to use Huawei equipment in its 5G mobile network. However, a New Zealand government security agency said the deal would bring significant risk to national security. The move is part of a growing push against the involvement of Chinese technology firms on security grounds. 5G networks are being built in several countries and will form the next significant wave of mobile infrastructure. Huawei, the world's biggest producer of telecoms equipment, has faced resistance from foreign governments over the risk that its technology could be used for espionage. Indonesian investigators have said the Lion airplane that crashed last month, killing 189 people, was not airworthy and should have been grounded. The Boeing 737 MAX plane crashed into the Java Sea shortly after departing from Jakarta on 29th October. A preliminary report has found technical problems had been reported on previous flights. The 737 MAX is a new version of Boeing's original 737 and has become its fastest-selling plane. The preliminary report details what is known by authorities about the short time the plane was in the air, but investigators said it did not give a definitive cause for the accident.
All right, those were our summaries for tonight. Daryl, what is it about China that is making a lot of countries run away from them?
I think when everybody hears China, they are a bit skeptical about doing business with them. But
are we downplaying them, or they're really a threat to the
really
world?
Doing well. Huawei is, I'm told, the biggest phone producer at the moment.
And in Africa, they've taken over the market.
Yes, yeah. Competing against Samsung. I don't know whether they've taken over just yet, but I know that Samsung and the iPhone they are popular brands at the moment. But let's see, it's just a matter of time.
Right.
All right. Thanks for the summary, Sandy.